Hello everyone, it's May the 15th, Saturday, which means we might very likely get a hard question. Let's take a look at it. It's in the morning, so I'm fresh. So it's actually the first thing I'm doing in the morning using my brain. I did eat something very nice earlier, so I think that helps. Alright, let's see, a valid number can be split up into these components. A decimal and an integer, or E followed by an integer. A decimal number can be split up into these components. A sign character, one of the following formats. One digit followed by a dot, one digit followed by a dot followed by at least one digit, a dot followed by at least one digit. An integer can be split up into these components. A sign character, at least one digit. For example, all the followings are valid numbers. That's an integer. That is a valid number. This is valid. This is also valid. This is valid. Okay. 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 Well, the following are not valid numbers. This is not because this not digit, not digit, not digit, and E must be followed by integers. Only a single, right? So at the beginning, right, a single sign character, one of the following format. That's not right, and I have A. Given a string, return true if S is a valid number. Okay, S consists of only English letters, both upper and lower case, digits, plus, minus, or dot. Okay. This looks to me like a regex. Is it part of the regex? I think we might be able to come up with some convoluted regex to do this. Alright, let's see. So, can be split into these components. A valid number. It's a decimal number or an integer. Or an E or E followed by an integer. So the first part is a decimal and an integer and an E followed by an integer. Okay, so that's the first split. Which means the first split is defined if there is an E or E, right? And once we find an E or E, we're going to split into two, and then I have to determine if it's an integer or it's, oh, it already laid out. It's actually already laid it out for you. So the first level check is to split with an E if it exists. And after it exists, the first part will be a decimal number on an integer. The second part must be an integer. Then we go for the integer check, and we go for the decimal number check. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Which means for us, what? So an E check would be just, let's say, a lowercase or an uppercase and a question mark, right? And then we split into two parts. On the second part, the integer will be easier to check. So it has to be a leading sign. I think if I say, yeah, this is good. So it's also a plus or minus sign. We can have it, we don't have to have it. After that, it's gonna be at least one digit. So it's gonna be like this. All right? So yeah, I'm writing the regex right now. So I'll show it later. On the front side, we have a sign, optional. So it's gonna be plus or minus, question mark, and at least one digit. So at least one digit followed by a dot. So this is also the integer. So plus or minus with at least one digit, that is an integer. Okay, or, right, or, so it's gonna be like this, or, hold on, it could be an integer which is this. Can we combine these two? So either this or, so we check this, right? How about the dot, followed by a dot, and followed by at least one? Okay, so we're gonna have followed by a dot, I just write it out, or at least one digit, followed by a dot. Oh, a dot has to be, I think we have to escape it, and followed by at least one digit, or a dot itself, right? And then they can be combined because integer followed by a dot. Alright, so we can do that. Or a dot itself, which means there's, I mean, this has a dot no matter what. It's just, yeah, so it has to be a dot, right? A dot, and then before the dot, it could be an integer, at least one integer, or no integers. So that's going to be a question mark. And after the dot can be followed by an integer, but it cannot be a dot by itself. That's the tricky part. So either at least one digit followed by a dot, one digit followed by a dot followed by a, so these can be combined together. So it's going to be one digit, at least one digit, followed by a dot, followed by at least one digit, right? So that's one situation. And another situation is a dot followed by at least one digit. Right? So that's the two situations for, and then we have to also do integer as well. Okay, let's try our regex. I think it's in the tools. No, that's syntax highlighter. That's regex. All right, so my regex it look like this. So at the beginning we have plus or minus, be like this, and then we're gonna have two scenarios, right? We have two scenarios. Either is a integer, or we can do a digit, a decimal. A decimal will be two scenarios here. Again, two scenarios. First scenario is a integer, and then a dot. I think that is to match a dot. All right, and we'll match a dot, integer, dot, and at least one integer or more, but this one can be or can be not. And this one will be a dot followed by at least one integer, right? And I believe this has to escape as well. So that is the front side. And then we have an E or E. We can match that. After match that, now we have, again, either a plus or minus, right? A plus sign or minus sign. We can match it or we don't have to match it. And after that, it's going to be a digit with at least one. Okay, that is very complicated. Let's try 2. It does not match. It does not match. Oh, it's very complicated, but we failed the match of. Wait, really? Like 2e3 match, but 2 by itself does not match. Why? Why would you not match when this one is not? And then I would hope that you will match. This is the group 3, group 4. Right? I would say you will match here. Oh. Oh, I see. I see. So it will be like, I think it's like this. With an E, right? With an E. So when you do this, either a bigger E or a small E, and then, but this part can be questionable. We don't have to do. This will match that. So, okay, let's try this. What's that? Import red. Red dot match. I think this is the pattern, and S. I forgot. Every single time I have to go back to the documentation of regex. I think it's match, right? Let's see, match. Search versus match. Match only at the beginning of the string. Search checks for match anywhere, okay? Match, search. I think it returns, yeah, so we can say return read.match. It's either going to be a none. So if it's a none, so I say is not none, right? I have to do it individually. All right, apparently that's not the right solution here. We're gonna do it here so I can put all the test cases together. Otherwise, it's gonna be too slow to test. Oh, I think I did it wrong. It has to be 15. Okay. All right. Let's handle this first. So we're gonna say import regex, and here, turn it none, and we're gonna write test cases. So we have tons of test cases actually, a lot, like really a lot. So we have 2, that's a true. We have 0089, that's a true. We have, what's next? Minus 0.1. That is a true. What's next? Next is plus 3.14. That's true. All of these are true. Actually, I don't have to do. I can just, yeah, I don't have to. I just input 4 point like this. Yeah, that's. I don't even have to put the. Yeah, let's not even put the comma. I can do manipulation later. Yeah, just like this. 2E10. Right, and then minus 90E3. Oh, shoot, forgot this. What's next? 3E plus 7. I mean, there's another way to do it. I just realized. I mean, we can call Python, we can call int or float. Int, yeah, we can call int plus 6E minus 1. Parentheses, not parentheses. The quotation marks. Next one, 53.5 E93. Man, why you kept forgetting about the quotation marks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, E789. Right, so all these are true, so we're gonna just give them that. Actually, I'm gonna do this, right? So these are all true. There we go. See, much easier. All right, next one will be false. We have ABC. That's false. 1A, 1E. What's that? That's E3. And next one is 99E 2.5. Actually, this question gives you so much test case, so I think it's very generous. Very generous. I forgot to put the quotation mark. What are you doing, man? Ah, look who's here. It's my cat. My lovely cat. Alright, last one. None 5, A, 54, E, 53. So all of these are false. Okay, so we're gonna call them false. And go on to this line. That actually is E. So we're gonna actually go on next line. CE is number. Alright, try it. Oh, we passed some, we failed some. Alright, so test 13. Oh, which one is 13? Test, print, fail. Yeah, let me put test as well. I have no idea. No idea which we're dealing with. 1A. 1A, I return a true. How could that be true? Because I do this, so it just doesn't match this. Huh, okay. But still, how would you match 1A? Like, seriously, how did you match 1A? Okay, let's say 1A. No, 1A does not match. Well, match 1. Oh, I guess that's match. It matches as much as it can, right? I think I know. We just need to, I think we're start and end, right? So, which one start? I think carrot is start. And this is end, yep. Oh, we match 1E though. Why? It shouldn't match 1E. Why would you match 1E? I said, in this, right? Either match the 8th group, E match the 8th group, but after E, we need to match this, and we have to match a a digit one or more times. How is this? How is possible? Second alternative. 8th capture group matches the previous token 0 and 1 time. So we match 1 time. Yeah. And I can match lowercase e or uppercase e. Oh, I think we need parentheses. We need to set it's matching. There we go. There we go. Now we're not matching. Okay, let's change that into this. Now we pass everything. Okay, let's try. trust me, they're gonna be much better rejects, but I think this rejects might work. Submit. Yep, this reject works. I'll call it a naive reject. Let's see how slow this is. This is the naive rejects following exactly the description of the problem. I don't know the runtime of rejects. Yeah, this is a pretty bad reject. We got 40 milliseconds, 18.21% ranking, 18% ranking. Okay, well we can do better rejects, but I have better solutions. I think if we call int s and we just try it, like try int s and then turn true and exception, I don't even care, turn false, like that. I think this one will work too. I mean, float number shall be able to convert to integer, but if it's not, oh, isn't that like have the value called is a number? Yeah, I think it has. Wait, is number? Hold on. Is number? They have it is number. Check if variable is a number. It's called as a numeric. I think it's numeric is just for string, right? Yeah. C is false. D. Yeah, I cannot use it as numeric. Yeah, it doesn't work. Okay, but int, I'm not sure. That's why we're gonna try. It'll be interesting. Take a look. Nope, nope. It's a fail. So how about we say float? Right? Float. Float pass. Float pass. All right. So let's see it. We we use float. Yeah, int cannot handle, but float can handle, I think. Try it. Pending. Oh, float doesn't work. Which one? Inf. Oh, that's specifically to prevent people from doing float. All right. Okay. Good test case. Ha ha. Okay, that's a good test case. No, I was just trying this for fun. I mean, we just special case, right? Just a special case. If s equals inf, then return false, right? We consider this as a special case. Try it again. Oh, negative inf. I knew it. I knew it. Or right after I hit submit, I know it's gonna be negative inf. What if like a negative inf? Actually, I don't know. So we have inf is going to be false, right? And then we have negative inf is going. Let's see, like if there are other possibility that we have to consider, then I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna call it like this. This is supposed to be a false, right? And I'm gonna use the upgraded version. Oh, okay. Seems to be okay. So what if we do like a double negative? Like negative. Yeah, I think this works. Okay. Let's see. Let's throw us with another I will. Ah, okay, that was my fault. I did not see that one happen. I forgot. We can do this. We can also do positive. There we go. But if it's positive, yeah. So okay, we have to do positive as well. Okay, fair enough. Fair game. All right, try it again. That should be it. What else can you throw at me? No way. No way. Float can handle infinity? Like the spelled out infinity? You gotta be kidding me. Infinity. Oh my dear lord. And we have a positive and negative as well. Don't tell me we have lowercase. We do have lowercase. Ah, okay, okay. Alright. Calm down. Calm down. Let's do this. It's fine. It's just infinity, right? There's a couple more infinity to go through. So like 3 infinities. I'll have to do it this way. It's too long. This is fun. And this is a positive infinity. I know they're gonna handle positive infinity and negative infinity. And I saw it already. We're gonna have lowercase infinity. All right, and then still positive and negative. Okay. Don't tell me like we can do. Oh my god! I'm not doing this. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I know. I know. I know. I know. I know. We need to do. We need to do. I think it's fine, right? Say dot lowercase. Dot lower. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. 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 So basically, we don't have to handle these cases. So handle these cases, and then we just set s equals s dot lower, and then we check. So we only need to check these. Try it. Is somebody? No. Pending. Judging. Come on. Wait. Ah. How many mistakes are you going to make? That's negative sign, not underscore. Try it again. This one should be right. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah. it works. It works. I think that the runtime will be even worse because a try exception block usually takes a lot of time. But will it take as long as the regex you just wrote? Not sure. All right, let's see how long this one takes. Ooh, this one takes 48 milliseconds. That's good. I mean, it's this consider. This is a cheating method, but we did learn that float can handle any type of infinity or inf. I'm pretty sure any type of inf, like uppercase, lowercase, doesn't really matter. Like if I do uppercase, that should still work. Yeah, any type of should I say can handle infinity or inf in any combination of upper or lowercase and with or without plus negative sign. Therefore, these special cases must be considered separately. Yep. Okay, so that's that. I mean, the next step will be trying to see if we can simplify the regex. I mean, the regex does follow exactly what this one is saying, right? Hold on, cancel, cancel. I mean, What if we think the length? What's the length? The length is 20, so we can check for the existence of E and E immediately, right? So what we find index E and count E, right? If maybe it's faster, right? Maybe it's faster. It's like don't throw everything into a regex. We do them like individually, right? Let's try it. Because rejects, they have the engine has to run, and whatever the way engines run, but we know for a fact that there's only 20, so we can say s.index, right? And I actually don't know dot index a. That's gonna give us 0, and I think give us the first, yeah. So what if we give something that's not existent and -1? Hey. It says string not found. Can we return this? Well, what we can do, we can turn the index will like I want to find the index. Split. We can split. What if I say dot split on a thing that doesn't exist and it doesn't split? Yes. So we split first, and the result has to be either 1 element or 2 elements. If more than that, that's not go. So we split first. After we split it, in the front, it has to be a decimal and an integer. And in array, the second part must be an integer. So we basically write two functions, right? So we first write a def is int, right? Is int. We're gonna say we're passing a fragment, and this is gonna give us a Boolean value. So is integer. So this has just to return red.match pattern. Pattern is just gonna be from start to end, and it has to be all this. Dot match this frag is not none, right? That just is int. Now we're gonna say is deci is dec deci is decimal. Come on, a decimal is integer. Write it off. Come on, we don't do camel case. We do the snake case. So self again. Fragment is str. This one gonna return a Boolean value. Return rig.match. So for a decimal point, it already says, oh, I forgot the plus and minus. So we have a plus and minus as well. So plus, minus, and a question mark. And here is the same. We have a plus and a minus, a question mark, and we say at least one digit, so it's going to be like this, or two situations, right? So first situation and the second situation. First situation is at least one digit followed by a dot, and then followed by at least one digit, but this one cannot be. The second one would just be a dot followed by at least one integer. And we also have to go with this and a caret here. So that's that. So we just say list equals s dot lower, right? Dot split e, right? After we split, we say if len this is larger than 2, we're going to return false. That means there's more than one e. If not, we're going to return is self dot is integer. The first no. The first part can be is, no, it's actually right. Is integer list 0 or self dot is decimal list 0, right? And then and the second part we say second part will be, let's do n equals len lst, so we can make it simpler. Let's say, or n equals 1, right? So we want to have 1, it's true. If it's false, then we need to say self dot is integer list 1. Okay, so this is solution 3. Take a look. Match missing 1 because I forgot to put fragment in it. It's fine, and I also forgot the rest. And we pass everything. Okay, so this is actually, it might be as faster. I don't know. We rely less on rejects here, and the rejects are much simpler. It's only like 2 rejects. Submit. Accept it. Let's see how fast this one runs. Ha! This one's even worse. Ha! And I guess doesn't matter. All right, let's take a look at the solution. And we have like two solutions. Three. That's three. What I was thinking. 3 solutions. Huh. I guess the rejects is the fastest. There must be a better rejects, I guess. We don't have solutions, so we have to check. I guess this is an easy question. Even if it's medium, it's on the easy side. Oh, it's labeled as a hard question. And people don't like it. I must have I've done it before. It's only 65. I think I've done it before. There we go. June the 5th, 2019. I was in my internship back then. Did I use rejects? Oh my god. That was so long. I don't even want to read it. And I have a Python that's accepted. That must be the one I checked the result. Look at this. No, this is the one I submitted today. Come on, man. That's not the one I submitted before. This is the one submitted today. Oh, the last one submitted when I started June the 5th at 3:17. That's the first submission. And I got stuck until 5:30. From 3:17 to 5:30. I was at work. I was in my internship. I was at work. This is how I spend my time in my internship, doing LeetCode. Hold on. Is this is this a Saturday? I don't know. June the 5th, 2019. Calendar. This. I have to find it myself. June the 5th. No, that's a Wednesday. That's a work day. A work day. I spent what 2 hours and 15 minutes doing LeetCode. Nice. That's time well spent. And then I was not happy. I think I was not happy. I might have checked the result. And then when I got home, this is when I got home. Yeah, I solved it and I felt bad. And later on that night, I solved it, tried to do it again, and I got one with 10 milliseconds. Jesus, no. Oh, what the hell? What the hell was I doing? I can't look at this. I cannot look at this. It was horrifying. It was like in the solution I wrote today, it's one line. The solution I wrote 2 years ago, it's 87 lines. What was I thinking? I was using regex. And I use regex today too. My God. And then the final one I gave up is this. What is this one? Ha! 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 Yeah. Oh. Ah, I forgot about this. I forgot about this, honestly. Yep. Yep, I forgot about... we don't have to use this syntax. We can just use the brackets. Brackets means choose one. I think it's exactly the same, right? So brackets, we do this. This. What does this mean? Why do... Oh, that's simplified. I see how it's simplified. This one's right. And then E. Yeah. And then, yeah. That's the same. But I saw how it's simplified. Look at the wrong answer from 1148 all the way to 52. I was trying something new. I think I have improved. Don't you think so? I think I have improved tremendously from 2 years ago. But the regex can be better. Yeah, I saw what I was doing. No, that's not what I was doing. I must have checked the answer. It is a hard one, but this one, I think this one is just the practice of regex. I mean, I'm not like very good with regex, but I'm decent. I'm decent with regex. So this is a better regex, right? Better regex. So first of all, this can be replaced by this, and then we don't need this. Actually, yes, I think Python has the same syntax, and we can do this as well. So E or E, right? And then this is again plus or minus, and then here we can simplify, which means this, and yeah, it's either we have a dot or we don't have a dot. If we don't have a dot, then we just do this for 0 or more times, right? Hold on, I think I just ruined it. Okay, hold on. Think again. What we're saying, what is this? This is with decimal point, right? So which one is this one matching to? So I have this. I'm gonna rewrite this entire thing. Like seriously, rewrite this entire thing. So yeah. Okay. So this is the this part? This is the part that we say it's either an integer or a decimal point, right? Which means if it's an integer, if it's a decimal point, it's going to be, we have the plus minus, so at least one digit followed by a dot, at least one digit followed by the dot, followed by at least one digit, or a dot followed by at least one digit, which means the first position is going to be digits, but we can have one digit, or we don't need to have one digit, right? So 0 or 1 digit, and then we're going to have a dot, right? And then we're going to have a dot, and the dot we can have it or we don't need to have it, and then we're going to have a digit, but we must have a digit. Does that make sense? If we have a digit and we have a dot, we have a digit. Or we don't have a dot, we have a digit. Let's try it. Let's don't analyze it. We have test cases. Just try. we fail. Okay? Why do we fail? Well, we fail because... Why would it fail? So we don't match this, and we match this. We match this. Oh, we say we match this, but we can match like hold on, let me think. It's greedy, right? How do we not do greedy? Rejects non-greedy. I think there's a wild card for non-greedy in rejects. Non-greedy. This is the question mark, right? Oh, hold on. I got it wrong. No. What are you doing? Nah, that's not. That's this. That means to match one or more. Yeah. Nothing to do with greedy. I got it wrong. It's not a dot. Wait, what is a dot? No. A dot means match anything. Dot means match anything. A star means match 0 or more. My lord. So number 4. 4 point. 4 point is not matching. Why will we not matching? So we have 4 here, right? We decide to match it, and we also match this, and then yes, because if we match this, if we match the dot, then if we match the dot, then after the dot, it can or cannot, it doesn't have to have a number, but how do we express this? Let me think. So we have a digit at the start, right? And we say we can either match a digit or don't match a digit. If we match a digit and we match a dot, then we must match another digit. That's the problem. Because if we match a digit and we match a dot, we don't have to match a digit again. So it depends on whether we match a dot or we don't match a dot. Which means if I match a dot, then the next one shall be either match or do not match, right? Either match or do not match. If that's the case, then if we match a dot by itself, then that will pass. So it has to be if I match a dot, and the following must match, which means, How do we express this? So, because at the beginning we say either match a digit or we don't match a digit. And then if we don't have a dot, we settle. It's fine. If we do have a dot, then we have 3 situations. We have digit dot, so a digit dot will match, and a digit dot digit, or a nothing dot digit, right? Digit nothing dot digit, we have it. Digit dot digit, we have it, but the digit dot, we don't have it. But we cannot turn that into a star, because if we turn that into a star, then a dot will match. However, a dot by itself, I think it's going to be false. right? If we turn that into a star, then a dot will match. Oh, not only that, we have other things will match. So no, no, no. That means we don't have to match anything. But we do have to match something in the front. Because the second part is optional. So the first part has to match something. Okay? I guess we have to have a OR. So we'll do this, and then OR this. Still not good, huh? Yeah, it's no good because we can match, it does match the front. Let me think. Means we have to match this. If we have to match this, then something dot cannot be matched. Wow, I actually don't know. Something dot. Then the next one has to no match. Has to be like two situations, right? So let's think. One situation is something dot something, right? Something dot something, or something dot nothing. Next one would just be dot something. Like that's a solution, right? That's a solution. We still do two scenarios, right? Two scenarios. The first scenario will be something dot something. Second scenario will be something. That'd be nothing, right? Nothing dot something, and we do this. And we also include. Maybe that is the solution, the one that I use. Where is it? Here. Maybe it is what I use. Let's see. Something question mark. E. Question mark. Yeah, that's exactly the same thing. Yeah, I think I solved. Well, I got inspiration from here, so I cannot say I solved it completely, but it's better. It's much simpler than this version. But this version works, right? It works. It's longer, but it works. Let's see if this one gives us better runtime. It should. It should give us better runtime. Submit. 44. Yeah, it doesn't give us significantly better runtime, but it's fine. It's fine. Better rejects. Alright, so I forgot what people say. My thought on DFA with ifs. Couple of flies when processing linear time. Case. Seed D, seed E. I mean, that depends, right? That depends. Depends on, how should I call it? Depends on how the interviewer wants to do this, right? You can say, I'll ban you. You cannot use rejects. and then we're gonna have a conversation. But I think if that happens, I'm gonna fall down to this solution, right? So you can now use rejects, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna split into two parts, right? We check it, and then we just need to write is integer and is decimal. Is integer is very simple, straightforward. All right, we just see. How do we see? Well, if it's integer, we know that the first position can be plus or minus, so we check for that, and the rest must all be numeric. So we just loop through it and see if everything is numeric. And if everything is numeric, then it's good. If it's not numeric, then that's a false. That's linear time, right? And then we do this, decimal. Same thing, first check the first position, and after that, we're gonna, actually no, I'm gonna split again. For decimal, we're gonna split again. We're gonna find the dot, I'm gonna split. And then if there are more than one dots, then we say, no, that's no good, right? And then we'll only have two parts or one part. And we run the same thing, because each part will be an integer. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I am going to do it just because they challenged me to write if. Oh my god. Then I failed to pass the interview. No, this is a reject solution. This is a reject problem. Why would you do it that way? My goodness. Holy moly. Oh, I think that's how reject solves it. What video is this? Error. Oh, wait. What the heck? Is that how the interviewer want you to do? Deterministic finite automaton. I think it's intended to be done with rejects. We have to consider a few. Yeah. I mean, depending on, if I am asked this question, I'm gonna ask the interviewer, what do you want, right? What do you want? I mean, there are so many ways to solve this problem. What do you want? You want the easy way, right? We can just use like this, the easy way, right? Or you want a slightly complicated way, and we go with rejects. Or you want this deterministic finite automaton. I have no idea what it is. And then you can use that, and you have to draw this complicated thing. No. The interviewer can screw themselves if they want to test this way. But I do take it as a challenge, because it's a Saturday. It's good to do this challenge. Look at other things. My thought with DFA. All right, seems like we have to go with DFA. At least to learn what DFA is, right? Now, I'm gonna read it later. I'm not gonna waste time here. What other people? Simple solution. Why nobody's using rejects? I think this is supposed to be a rejects problem. Yeah, now rejects comes up. All right, I take the challenge. Not using rejects. Okay, not using rejects. But basically still on this solution. No rejects. We're not doing rejects. Let's do. Wow, I haven't written solution 5 in a long time. So yes, but we're not going to do reject. So again, the same thing. Lowercase split on e, have two sides, and then this. Yep, exactly the same. But we're going to re-implement is integer. So without rejects, so we're going to first one. How should we do it? How should we do it? We can do or, right? All of them has to be for I, right? For I in range 1 to len fragment, and I say frag I dot is numeric, right? It has to be the numeric, and I call all, and I say and the first one. So we say and frag 0 dot is numeric, or frag 0 in a positive or a negative, right? So when we return this, that is integer. Now is decimal, we use the same trick. List equals frag dot split, and this. We say n equals len list. If n is larger than 2, return false, right? Return false. Yeah. If it's not, then we're going to return. So the first part is going to be the integer. How about the second part? After the decimal point, it cannot contain plus or minus. So therefore, no. Is integer with or without, right? So is integer, when you say take a flag, include sign. That's going to be Boolean. Yep, we're going to have include sign. Therefore, we're going to say if include sign, I'm going to return this. Else, if we do not include sign, then just all. If not include sign, yeah, then we can just do this. Every single one has to be. So, and actually we don't have to consider this situation. We just and the sign has to be this, right? If include sign or not include sign. So with flag, right? And then I'm going to return. The first part has to be an integer. So integer dot something, right? Or nothing. So we split. Actually, I don't think we have a test case like that. It's like a E something. E3. We have an E3. Hold on. If we do the split, like we have an E here. Oh, that's nice. So, what do we do? What do we do? So, I mean, let's do this. If aleph n is 1, right? If n is 1, then we're going to return self dot is integer, list 0, and true, include sign. Else, now n equals 2, then we're going to return what? Return list 0 is this, or self dot is integer, list 0 and true, right? So these two situations is the first part, and the second part is going to be self.is integer, list 1 and false. All right, let's try it. Missing one requirement on is integer. Which one? Oh, here. Oh, is decimal. I think we can just use as decimal because I already did this, so it's gonna be just as decimal, right? It's just gonna call is decimal on the first part, and yeah, we're just gonna call is decimal on the first part. But if you look at this actually we can. See, these two are similar, right? Yeah, so first of all, it's going to call is decimal. And we're going to be, is decimal is fine. We should call is decimal on the first one. And if n is equal to 1, that's done. If not, we're going to call is integer. And this one is true, include, because we can include. Because this one, this one's considered true. Okay. So this we can do better. We can do better. So I think we can return immediately here, right? We can say return return what? So we can return this, right? We can return this, return this, and n equals 1, or self.is is integer false. There we go. Try it again. Okay, we failed a couple of them. Let's take a look. We failed 2. So this one, n is equal to 1, so we're gonna call it decimal, right? So we call it decimal coming here, we split on this, n is also equal to 1, which means we're going to call is integer. And is integer coming in here, we say true include sign. Include sign. Include sign. We still have to check. Include sign or not include sign. Okay, I don't think it matters. Oh, it doesn't matter. Why you have include sign? It doesn't matter. You don't have to include sign. We already handled it, right? So we already handled it. We can say frag 0 dot is numeric, or right frag 0 in. We already handled it. You don't have to go to two different options. I don't understand why. I wasn't thinking. So we don't have to include or not include. It's already included. Right? It's already included. We'll have strain out of range. So number 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this one coming in, and the second part, n equals, if n equals 1, then that's it. But now n equals 2. Yes. So we checked this. Hold on. This is actually a little bit more complicated than it actually is. So we have a couple situations, right? So if no, we have to let's slow it down. Larger than 2 is no good. And if n equals 1, we're just gonna return self.is integer. That's it. right? Straightforward. Else, now n equals 2, right? 2, we can split into 2. Now split into 2, we have 3 situations. Number, something, something, empty, something, something, empty, right? So what we need, which is going to return self dot is integer list 0, or self dot is integer list 1, right? And then we're coming in, we're going to say if not frag, return false. Otherwise, we do this. Try it again. Boom, pass. Pass everything. And then we can actually return this. Return or n equals 1, and it's actually n equals 1. No. Or n equals 1, or this. And of course, we don't need the parentheses here. And we don't need this. Then we can just directly return this. Right? And I actually think I don't need this as well. And another thing, I don't need this one as well. Right? Run it. Oh, this is not right. Oh, and we have error. Tons of error. Parentheses is important. Okay? Let's give parentheses back. And I think I want parentheses here as well. No, still not right. Still not right. A, B, C. How? E, and this, I'm going to go to first, and the first is false. How is ABC can get back correctly? Come on, man. ABC split, that's n equals 1. And is integer, this is a false, right? We say all n equals 1, n equals 1. It has to be and. And if first part is false, yeah, I think it's different situations. It's different. It cannot follow the same way. This works because the first one is a decimal and we don't have the second one. Or if we have the second one has to be. So this one works, right? But this does not work because the first one we can't have it or we don't have to have it. So this is or then have all the issues. All right, so we have to do it this way. So it would be if n equals 1, turn this, and else turn this or this. Yeah, I mean, it's just slightly more complicated, but we pass all the test cases. Yep, so this is what do we call it? This is a non-reject solution. Solution 5. All right, let's see. This one works. Hope so. Try it. Pending. Judging. I got a wrong answer. I.1 expected false. Output is true. Interesting. I.1 shall be false, but I got it true. Why is that? So first round, we didn't do anything. Oh no, 5. So we say decimal on the first one, okay? The decimal on the first one, we split. Now split first one to I, the next one is 1. So we're gonna say, so it's not this, and be this. Oh. Yeah, yeah. So it has to be is integer as a false. We have to consider it separately. We have to consider it separately. We have to consider it separate. Wait, can we have like 0 in length? 1 in length. So at least we have something. So we split. Well, we split into an empty string. So we have to consider the frag is an empty string, right? Can frag be an empty string? Well, if I E something, right, E something, and then if I split on E, then frag will be an empty string. If frag is an empty string, then that shall be a false, right? Yeah, if it's an empty string, that shall be a false. We shall say that. If not frag, that's not a decimal, right? So again, say if not fragment, they're going to return a false. Straightforward. It's no question. And then we do everything, and when we return, we assume that is integer, yes, but here, yes, it's here. So we can have something dot something, right? So with first part, what can be is either as an integer or list 0 is this, right? That's the first part. And then we have a dot. And then we have something on the second one. And it's the same thing. So it can be this or list 1 equals a dot. Not dot, an empty string. Now both is not. Why? False, false. Oh, but this one gives us true. No, this should be, no, this is a different, hold on. This is not or, I think this is and. So we include this. So we say first one is either an integer, and second one could be an integer, or second one can be an empty string, or empty string. And then this one will pass, right? No, like this one will fail. Yeah, it would be like empty and empty, but we cannot allow empty and empty. How do we enforce that? Everything else pass. How do we enforce that? Empty and empty. We can write a special case for empty and empty. Okay, what is that empty and empty though? Dot split Yeah, it's split into empty and empty. What we allow is if the first one is empty, okay, just more elif. First one is empty. Elif first one is empty, then we return the second one. Right? Elif the second one is empty, then we return the first one. If both are not empty, then we have to return the first one, the second one. Right? Return the first one and the second one. Bunch of if and else. Yeah. All right, try it. Pass everything. All right, try it again. So I think the only thing we changed is decimal. So we just need to copy and paste decimal into it. I mean, it's not. I don't know. What do you say about elegance? Hi. Oh, this is not easy just by writing this way, huh? 4e plus. 4e plus is integer. Oh, have problem with is integer. Is integer. We're going to say oh. Look at that. Look at that. This is unexpected behavior. Or empty. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, and we just say we have to split it out. Checks. Right? We have checks equals this. I'll have to put it this way, and then we say all checks, checks and all checks, right? Checks and all checks, because hold on. Now we're doing it backwards. This is not good. This is not good programming. Anyway, checks is excluding the first one, right? Yeah, we can do this. Checks is excluding the first letter, right? So we do the checks, and then we say if not check, right? If not checks. How do we do this? All checks, right? All checks, and frag 0 is numeric. That's good. And yes, and no or. Frag 0 is in this and checks, right? Which means we have frag 0s in it, and yeah, 4e plus is going to be a false. I am, oh, rest is this. What? What did I return? All checks and this and checks. Huh? What did I return? I would return an empty. And checks. Hold on. What's happening here? I said in a return n equals 1 or n is not equal to 1, so self.integer 1, which is a plus sign, right? So a plus sign coming in, checks is going to be an empty string. So all checks will pass, unfortunately. And when the check say this is going to be false, so we do this, x 0, that's true. And check, I think I just return len checks. I thought I don't have to do len checks larger than 0. Return checks. Okay. Oh man, we have more issues now. This one fails. Ah, it does fail. It does fail because we are checking for integer, right? So we split by dot. Now we have a negative sign coming in. It depends. Because negative is okay if it's followed by a dot. That's why it's a hard question. You want to solve it using this. That's the problem. That is the problem. I think it's just we should do a handle plus minus better. No, that's not true, because it happens because let's take that out. All right, it's plus minus giving us trouble right now, so let's take that out. So let's say is integer and is decimal, does not have to consider plus minus at all, right? We don't consider at all. So we do a little bit more check here, and then we pass in, so we don't have to check plus or minus. So we don't consider plus or minus at all, right? Therefore, what we're going to do is, so if we don't check, yes, that's fine. So what we're going to do is just going to say all of this, right? All of this. Let's say we're just going to return all of this. No check for signs. Like, don't consider signs. We're going to do signs right here. Right here. Because we split. And then point something, that something cannot have signs. The only place it can have signs is the beginning of the number and right after E. Right? That's the only two places we can have signs. So we're going to do this, same, and then we're going to check the signs. Right? So we say, if, let's do the same way. N equals 1, right? And then we're gonna say, the first one is a plus or minus. Let's say if on the return, the first one is a plus or minus, we're gonna say list 0, 0. If this one is in plus or minus, right? Plus or minus. This is true. Then we're gonna end self dot is integer. No, is decimal, right? Is decimal. List 0, 1, right? So that's, we consider the plus minus already for it. Or self dot is decimal, directly list 0. That's it. So that's the first case. Else, right? N equals 2, right? Now n is 2, then we have two parts, which means on the first part, we're gonna do exactly the same thing. We're gonna do exactly the same thing. So, okay, so this will be exactly the same thing. You'll have to write this again. Can we make it simpler? Let's say first part. Check first. Check first. Check 1. Check 0, 1. Check 1 is going to be this. Check 2. Check 2 is going to be equal to check 2 is going to be equal to what? Is it has to be, n has to be equal to 2, right? If n is not equal to 2, so n equal to 2 and this. That's check 2. And then we'll have a false. That's fine. So check 2 is n equal to 2, right? And basically the exact same thing, right? The exact same thing. Okay, not exact same thing, but it's going to be 1. This itself is not, it's not decimal. It is integer. List 1 or self dot is integer. List 1, right? So this is the second part. And this or this. And I believe we need another parentheses. So check 1 or check 2. So we're going to return, check 1 always happens, right? So we're going to return check 1, which is on the left side, and n equals 1 or check 2. String out of range. Nope. List 1. I already say n is equal to 2. If n is equal to 2, how? And it's an and. So we check this first. So n is equal to 2. How does this string index? No, I think it's this one. So what is number 13? Number 13. I don't know what number 13 is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 is 1A. No, that ain't 13. No. Alright, 1E is 13. There we go. Okay, 1E, right? So split, it's gonna be empty. It's gonna be 1 and empty. So check 2, right? So 0. How? Print list. Yeah. Check 1 can go. Print check 1. Check 1 should be true. And I think check 2 has issue, right? Yeah, I think it's check 2 is issue. Okay. N is equal to 2, right? And then list 1. Oh, list 1 0. God. Oh, this is awful. So for E, what's the rule for E? E, a decimal or integer. E follows. So the E, if I have 2, then it cannot be. Then it cannot be. Oh yeah, that's another one. I see what this is. N equals 1, turn this aleph, list 0 is not equal to this, and list 0, list 1 is not equal to this. Then we say check 1, check 2, and we can just directly go with it. We don't have to. So we know there are 2, right? So check 1, check 2, and we're going to return check 1 and check 2. Else turn false. That's 2 parts, but one of them is empty. Okay. Right, get the rest of the party back on. And okay, let's try this one. It has increased complexity tremendously. But I think it's a right move to take the plus minus out of the final consideration, because it's just adding more complexity. All right, let's try this one. Finally, we got it. Oh, look at this, 36 milliseconds. It's actually the fastest I have with the Python solution. 36 milliseconds. 53. Okay, I think that's it. My throat is hurting, so I'm going to stop right now. And I'm going to read about that, what's it called? DFA. Deterministic Finite Automaton. Whatever that one is. Alright, that will be it. That will be it for today. It took an hour and a half, but we went through a lot of different solutions. 5, right? 5 of them. Still, if I'm ever doing this question, I am 100% sure that I'm going to go for the rejects first, right? It's always rejects, and if they say you don't allow to use rejects, then I'm going to do analytic like this, right? Like this. Yep, and Well, if I can understand the automaton, maybe I will do that too. All right, that's it. That's it for today.